Hey, beloveds. I'm KamalaDevi, and it's nearly a new moon slash solar eclipse. So I'm preparing for my personal ceremony, and I'm back in Pacific Beach after a 5-week tour, and I wanted to reach out and just, I guess, harmonize like my own ceremony with whatever you're doing to celebrate this auspicious time, and share a few notes or inspirations on how to get the most out of the lunation cycles and the magic that's possible when the moon is doing, her great cosmic dance. So first, I want to disclaim that part of the power of ritual is when you make it really personal, and that your ceremony and practice can look and should look so different and unique to you. And my ceremony looks different every time. Obviously sometimes it's like in huge, like this last Easter, Passover, Ramadan was with 70 people in the woods, and it was this big spectacular download. And this one is like, I'm home, I'm recovering from the flu, I'm in my backyard, and I just wanted to share what that looks like for me, because the new moons are different than the full moons. So I'll make a distinction first to say that this is a time new to plant intentions and seeds and start new projects. And it's a very powerful, like, whether you're intending for this lunation or for the whole year or for multiple months, it's like a good, this jumping off starting point. And so, I'll just share from myself, which is that I happen to have had some recent health scares. So as I'm moving into this new cycle, I'm seeing myself in wholeness and expanding that out to everyone whose lives I touch. Not only heal thyself, but being able to support others in their full vital, radiance. So a lot of the ritual, a lot of the intending is visualization, and part of the the candles and the crystals and the calling in of the elements, or however you choose to create ceremony, is to just reinforce, amplify, create a magnification portal for whatever intentions you happen to be doing. And those intentions can be super, simple and grounded, like health, or also can be attuned with various like signs and symbols and cycles. Like, this happens to be a Taurus new moon, which is, actually is my sign. But regardless of whether it's your sign or not, it amplifies like the abundance and Venusian sensuality and money and possessions and, everything that has to do with affluence. So this is a very powerful time for that, and I'm actually feeling that really strongly. I'm feeling very supported by the universe already. And when I go into my new ceremonies, it's often like, okay, well, what new do I want to create? And one of my highest values happens to be like expression and art. And so I'm usually juicing my new projects. Like, what am I birthing this season or this cycle? I currently am working on a new novel, Soul Transfusion. So I'm like excited to put energy into the newness of that. But then also I do, you may know this, I do these 30-day challenges at the beginning of the month. I'll usually say, ooh, what creative new thing do I want to do? And so this is a cool new moon because it happens to be lined up with the beginning of a new cycle, wherein I'll be doing more videos. So this is like, normally I would be having this as a very private ceremony, but because my 30-day challenge is to do a video every day, I thought, okay, I'll tell you about my new moon ritual. And so, this is just me revealing myself. the inspiration I want to offer to you is, if you tune into your heart, if you kind of feel from within, you know, what is it that you're wanting to birth and create, and what wants to come through you, then writing that intention down. Ritual often starts with cleansing, whether that's, you know, like energetically with sage, or, you know, sacred smoke's really powerful. So is salt in the water, bathing, you know, however you want to cleanse. And then from the cleansing, there's, you know, there's a bringing forth of the elements and calling in your guides and invoking to powers and allies that are bigger than and greater than us, than you and me, and our shared frequency. And yeah, just being humble about, wow, there's all these forces, including the moon and the stars and the, you know, everything that's in symphony to make this reality happen. And yeah, humbling ourselves before all the mysteries of what we don't understand, and whether that's in the elements or the directions or our ancestors, just really calling it in, you know, asking for help. And that often means being empty and allowing to receive that help, you know, spending some time in the ceremony where you're actually like dark and fertile, and whether that's meditation or stillness or inquiry, you know, a way of like slowing down the mind and the outside and just going in to the depths, especially in the new moon. This is like a analogous to the dark womb, the womb where everything's born. So going into that space. And, you know, whether you read tarot cards for divination or you do some kind of a reading of some form to get more of a, okay, if you ask and then you you receive and you listen and it is given. And so it's nice to listen to the signs, listen to the magic, to note what happens that's unexpected in the ceremony. And every good ceremony has a beautiful like closing, like a an amen, a way to really seal that portal. And even though it's sealed for the moment, those energies continue to work through you throughout the cycle. And what's beautiful about celebrating new moons and full moons is that there becomes a rhythm and a cultivation and a richness that the practice tends to like accelerate. Like the more you do it, you know, it's like if you do it every couple times a month, then you're building, culminating this energy. It can be really really juicy, and you see trends and like themes that weave through the year, making the year really magical. So I'd love to hear what your lunar practices are, or your rituals, or your, you know, just your spiritual practice. And I'm looking forward to being more in connection this month through video and all the social channels. Okay, so looking forward to connecting with you soon. Blessings.